Welcome to the Let's Talk About It podcast, the podcast where nothing is off limits, even the things your group chat avoids with Kat and Carlee. I'm Kat.
And I'm Carlee.
Why do we think it's so funny?
Because you.
Why?
You're the one who be doing it, not me. As soon as we say go, you're like...
I get so nervous. Okay, tell me about your day. How was your day today?
My day was pretty good. I had a little bit of training I had to do. So I only worked for like not even an hour today, which is nice. But I work tomorrow and the next day. And the next day. And I'm off. But yeah, so I'm just training right now. But then I went to the house. I was there for a little bit. And then we had Chick-fil-A.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A was good. It was good. I had the grilled nuggets and the mac and cheese. I love their mac and cheese. Best fast food mac and cheese. The one behind it, in my opinion, is Popeyes. I'm just saying. First is Chick-fil-A and then it's Popeyes. But yeah, and then I came home and just relaxed for the rest of the day. And here I am. How about you?
I had a little bit of a rocky day today. Because over here we got snow. You're lucky you don't have to deal with that. So my kids didn't have school today. Work was slow but busy. I hate to tell you this, Carlee. I hate to tell you this. My AirPod fell in the fucking elevator shaft. My right AirPod fell right out of my fucking ear. I was like, oh, and it went boink, boink, and then it hit the floor, said bing, 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 bing. And I said, and my coworker was in the elevator with me, and we held our fucking breaths. We were like the whole time watching it. And as soon as that shit went down there, she said, "It's gone." I said, "Thank you for letting me know that shit. Thank you." Yeah, it's because I turned my head too fast. I went like this, and I just said, "Whoop." I said, "Just my fucking luck." And then I looked online to see how much it is for a replacement one, and one fucking AirPod is $69. $69.
I mean, hey, it's better than buying new ones, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait until after the holidays because, I gotta buy my kids their stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was basically my day.
Got the...
I said the same shit. My stomach was sick. I wanted to throw up. I literally went all the way down to the first floor with my flashlight, and I was looking, and I was like, it's not there. And then maintenance was like, yeah, I probably bounced underneath the elevator. But he said, lucky for me, the elevator doesn't go all the way down to the ground. So he said that when the elevator people come, that when they lift it up to, because they have to inspect elevators every so often.
When do they do that?
They'll get it for me. And I'm saying, when the fuck are they coming? Because...
Yeah, did you ask?
No, I was just like, I said, does anybody know when they come? And they're like, nope. And I'm like...
And how are they going to remember to give you your AirPod?
That's what I'm saying. Well, I know if I'm there and they're there, I will be like, is my AirPod under there?
Yeah. Hopefully
I'm very sad
that you're there.
I'm very sad. I feel sick still.
That's the worst luck.
Oh, yeah. And I said that I have bad luck. And then my coworker gave me a whole lecture about how I can't talk down on myself like that. She's like, would you talk to your children that way? And I'm like, no. And she's like, so why are you talking to yourself that way? And I'm like, oh, you sound like Carlee, bro. Carlee's like, don't talk to yourself so mean. Would you talk to me like that?
It's true.
It's true. But I literally looked at her. I was like, my best friend literally just told me that 2 weeks ago on our podcast. So we had a whole conversation about it. About how we talk to ourselves, remember? Yep. So that's my life right now. But also this is random and has nothing to do with the episode, but I just wanted to shout you out because that nay, bitch. Wait, hold on. No, I'm just kidding. Because that I've been going through a lot the last, I want to say 2 years. And I want to thank you for being a safe space for me. I really appreciate that. Because I've just been... And I can just talk to you, and I just feel safe.
Good.
And I appreciate that because I don't think I feel safe with really that many people. So I just want to tell you that I appreciate you.
Oh, don't make me cry on here. Don't make me cry.
Yeah, I'm trying not to cry for real because I was thinking about it today. You are a safe space for me, and I really, really appreciate that. because like I've been going through some shit and you've always been there for me. And I know like when I was losing my house like 2 years ago, I really didn't speak to you much. And like I feel like I'm a shitty friend for that, but like you've been such a great friend to me. And I wish that I can, like express to you and show you how grateful I am for you. But I don't think that there is any way to show how grateful I am for you.
That's what best friends are for. That's what I'm here for. And when I die before you, I will haunt your ass.
You're not dying before me. That's not happening because I will not survive.
No, listen, that's what I feel the same. Listen, I feel the same way, but unless we go at the same time,
I hope so.
just making jokes. That's not funny, but yeah, no, but for real, seriously, that's what best friends are for, And you're the same for me, you know what I mean? We're both there for each other in those times where not a lot of people stick around.
Yeah.
A lot of people last, And, I'm just grateful for that because you're the longest friend that I have had. That stayed.
Yes. And I'm here forever, whether you like it or not.
Hey, shit, I'll haunt you if I'm not dead. But anyway, now that we've reached our emotional peak of the night, we're going to talk about another topic today, if you want to start that off.
So the topic today is we're going to be talking about sex, like, intimacy, comfort levels, consent, and communication, because, people don't really like to talk about sex. So, and I'm open to it. I'll talk about anything.
We know. No, just... No, I mean, honestly, I just think it's such a taboo topic that a lot of people don't really like to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I mean, some people do, like some celebrities and stuff, like some people on podcasts make it known, like they talk about that stuff. But in general, you don't really see a lot of people like, have those kinds of conversations, in my opinion. Anyway.
No, for sure.
And
like,
yeah, it's just, one of those topics.
But why do you think that is?
Because I think that's like society, like making it like hush hush, like, we don't talk about certain things in public, or we don't say certain things to certain people, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's not good to be openly, like, talking about that kind of stuff, or, if you talk about it, you're a whore, or you're this, or you're that, or you're easy, or you're, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. I feel like people, maybe not everybody, but there's definitely still a good amount of people that believe those things.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people. I talk about sex very openly all the time. No, I'm just kidding. Not all the time. But like, I'm very open about it. Like, whatever. People like what they like. They do what they do. Hey, we're all human beings.
Yeah.
We all got wants and needs.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, I feel like I'm one of those people, too, who's like, whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Listen, I don't care who's doing what, you know what I mean? Everybody got their own things, like you said. There's so many fetishes out there. Just not the ones that are good. Like, you know which ones I'm talking about, but I don't like those ones, of course, because that's just, come on now. But, yeah, I mean, some people like to get pooped on.
Carlee, I was not expecting that to come out of your mouth just now.
Would I ever know? That's disgusting.
Hell no. Blanca, there is no more gift.
No, never.
Nay, honey, nay.
Yeah, no, that's just, you're drawing a line there for me. But, to each their own, I guess. Like I said, whatever floats your boat. Doesn't flow mine, but...
It seems
so
mine.
what are some myths that you believed growing up? Like, some stuff you believed growing up, like, about sex?
Well, that, like, okay, so one of the things that I used to believe was, like, if you, like, kiss a guy, you're gonna get pregnant.
Yeah, a lot of, a lot of girls thought that.
Yeah, like, I can't kiss him because I'm gonna get pregnant.
Yeah, a lot of girls thought that. Also, another ridiculous myth, like, and I know it's, like, everybody experiences things differently, but you know how, like, you grow up and they'd be like, yeah, so, like, you know, like, the first time anything happens, like, it's gonna hurt real bad. and you're gonna be in a lot of pain, and it's gonna be, you know what I mean? You ever heard that? You ever heard people tell you that? So as a kid, I'd
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh my God, I don't, I don't never want to do it. I don't want to be in pain. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel pain. Like,
No, no, of course not.
yeah. I mean, unless you're into that. Again, you know, as
Yeah, no,
Blanca
no.
opened the door.
Yeah,
But
she's dipping.
but yeah, so that's definitely something I remember thinking growing up and being like, yeah, I'm never doing that.
Another myth, like it's like sexual, I guess. I guess not, but like I really thought about it. It was like if you use a tampon, you're not a virgin.
Yes.
Do you remember that? Like that was a big
Yes.
thing too.
Yep. Yeah, that's why when I ever like first like used one, I was like so afraid. I'm like, oh my God, is it gonna hurt?
Yeah.
Is it gonna, you know what I mean? Like same kind of shit. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it's like one of those. It's definitely, it's funny though, like as a kid to like sit there and think those things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else. But if
I have
anyone
another
else
one.
can think of it as, you know, stuff we don't remember, but go ahead, you
I
say
have
it.
a lot that I used to think. I used to think that like when you would get married, because you would kiss your husband, you were immediately gonna get pregnant. And every time you guys like kissed and stuff, like, you would have babies.
See, that, I don't know. I never really thought about that. I don't know. I guess as a kid, I was like, whatever. I mean, I know all kids are curious, right? But I never was like, I don't know. I know for me, it was a very like as a kid, it was like a really super scary thing. And I'm like, oh, that's terrifying. Like I said, like for me, it was like as I was just terrified because I'm like, I heard it hurts. So yeah, I don't know. What else? What else you got?
Yeah, I had. Oh, if you have sex before marriage, you're not wanted.
Well, yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and the pull-out method works 100%, which it fucking does not because I had my firstborn.
You sort of,
Proof.
yeah, actually, it doesn't work at all.
No, I don't think so.
Depending on who it is
If you know how to do it,
correctly, then it might work. Is there a correct way? Probably not. I don't think
I'm
there
not a
is.
guy. I have no idea.
I don't think there is in general because, you know, shit happens. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? All right. Next topic, if you want to hit on that one.
Okay, so what do you think healthy intimacy looks like in a relationship? Like for you.
Healthy intimacy.
Yeah. And that doesn't necessarily just mean sex, you know.
I think that definitely involves having a strong, like, emotional connection, being able to openly discuss things with that person, like what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with, what you like, what you don't like. You know, because I know a lot of women who struggle with that. Like, they're like, oh yeah, like they were doing this and it was just like, it was so uncomfortable for me, I wasn't even enjoying it. And I'm like, so you just like didn't say anything and you just like let them keep doing it? Like, I'm confused about that. Like,
I could never.
you're in an intimate moment. I don't care what anyone says. Even if it's, you know, even if to you it's just a hookup, it's still an intimate. You're in an
Mhm.
intimate scenario with a person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what you say. And you don't feel the need or the want to sit there and say, that hurts, I don't like that, or that's not comfortable, I don't like that. I mean, you know, I feel like that's something like a lot of people should talk about. A lot of people struggle to talk about. And a lot of people feel uncomfortable saying it. And it's like, you know, the more you did talk about it, the more you probably enjoy things or things would change or you'd be like, oh wow, like I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Like if you're not saying it, how are they gonna know? So what's your take
And
on it?
also like like healthy intimacy was my take on that or just what we were talking about.
Yeah, like healthy intimacy, yeah.
Well, I think like healthy intimacy, what it looks like for me in my eyes is like not just about sex. It's like somebody that like holds my hand, hugs me, kisses me, you know, tells me they love me, and then like, you know, wants to understand me and, you know, make sure that when it gets like sexual intimacy that they know my wants and my desires and stuff like that, you know, just cares about me and shows that.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, and this is my honest truth, like if I don't connect with you on an emotional or intimate level, I cannot fuck you. It does not happen for me. Like, so I really can't just do like a one night stand type of shit because it's not happening. Like, you know what I mean? Like there
Yeah.
has to be some sort of like
Connection.
intimacy connection there.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like another thing too. Like, I mean, I know some people don't care about that kind of stuff, and some people are like, oh, it's just sex, like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But, you know, because I know a few people like that, but I don't know. I still feel like, you know, you're kind of, like I said, it's an intimate situation. You're still connecting with that person in a way that you don't connect with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're somebody who just sleeps with anybody, like you really don't give a shit. Like you really just out here putting it in anyone that'll let you. Then okay, maybe, you know, there's, you know, you see things differently, but I
Yeah.
haven't met many people like that, so.
No. I feel like also like this is just random, I guess. Like I feel like a lot of people are insecure when it comes to like intimacy and like sexual things because like I don't know, they just assume that like so say like I say, "Oh, like I really don't like that. Why don't we do this instead?" You're going to take it as like I'm saying you're not good in bed. You know what I mean? Like that's how a lot like in my personal opinion a lot of people are. So
Mhm.
like if male or female, you know, if you just try to tell them like, "Oh no, I don't really like that. Like why don't we try this or can you do this a little bit more?"
Yeah.
Whatever, they are just taking that as like, "Oh, you think I'm bad in bed."
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Or
it's like,
next
"No,
time
no, I'm
you think
telling you,
differently. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm telling you how I feel and what I need."
Yeah, you're just healthily expressing, like I said, that open communication with that person, like that's a level of intimacy. I can't talk, in my opinion, because like I said, a lot of people don't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
So that's definitely like a higher tier, if you will, due to it just being something like I said, that makes a lot of people uncomfortable or insecure, like you said.
Now, do you think that like people that are insecure, it ruins that for the other?
I mean, it might because, like, you know, if they're insecure and you're trying to tell them something, and it's like every time you try and say something, they get like insecure about it. It's like, why would you want to even say anything anymore? So then you kind of just sit there and like deal with things that you don't really like or you could enjoy more and you don't. And now you're just doing it to do it because like you don't want to make them feel like any less than or like what you're doing is not, you know, you don't enjoy it or something.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I feel like you kind of just sit there and deal with it, I guess, like to make them happy.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Yeah, that's how, I mean, what do you think?
I don't know. I guess it would depend on what, you know what I mean? Like it would just depend. Cuz I'm an insecure person. So I can't really talk.
You, yeah, but we've had those conversations. It's also like you have insecurities if you're with yourself, right? More so than like somebody sitting there telling you things like that you're doing or whatever and being like, can you change that? And then you becoming insecure about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Does that
true
make
cuz I'll
sense?
be like, "All right, let's try
Yeah,
that."
that's what I'm saying. Like you'd be like, oh, okay, like I didn't know or whatever, you know, and then whatever. But your insecurities are like that's a different type of insecurity, in my opinion. Like you feeling insecure about yourself and letting that other person know, like, hey, I have these insecurities, so we need to do X, Y, and Z for me to feel comfortable. Okay, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like you're sitting there and having that open conversation with them. And
Mhm.
like that open dialect is different in my opinion because having that kind of insecurity compared to like me telling you something and then now you're insecure about it because I was honest and open with you and now you're sitting here like thinking like, oh, you know, they don't like me or they don't like this or I'm not, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that's a different insecurity.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I see it like that. Makes sense.
Yeah, but that's just my way of thinking.
No, no, it makes sense.
Yeah,
You have all
I
the
just
answers.
I do not know all the answers. I wish I did. Holy shit. My life will be, oh my god, I should become a Buddha.
That's why I bowed to you. I bowed to you, baby. You know, you have all the answers, Carlee.
You're so stupid. Oh my gosh. I literally cannot. So let's talk about soul ties, attachment, and how sex impacts your mental health.
All right, so go ahead.
So, do you believe that you form attachments with people that you sleep with?
Absolutely.
Do you think that everybody feels that way?
No, nope. That's because people hold, in my opinion, I think it's because people view sex differently than others. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like I think we mentioned before, like, some people just want to sleep around.
Yeah.
They don't care. So they don't form that attachment.
Yeah. Like everyone has their own belief system on it.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think, sorry, I'm putting chopstick on. I think that you definitely form a attachment, and that's just me. I mean, like you said, you believe that. And I know there are other people that believe that. And I do think that there's like those unspoken connections like that you can kind of have with people that like it really does impact your mental when like you're with them, if that makes sense. Like and especially in that kind of like intimate moment, like I feel like too, like there's also like those times where it's like, oh my god, like especially if you're not mentally there, it's like I know there's like some people who, and I'm sure there's not, it's not everybody, but some of those times where it's like you're not mentally there, so it's like you can't mentally be in that moment like you should.
Huh?
That happens with, a lot of times with mental health. Like, you know what I mean? Like you get in those ruts of like, wow, I just don't even want to get out of bed. Why would I want to sit there and have sex with my partner or do this or do that? You know what I mean? Like, why would I want to do any of that when I don't even want to move? And I definitely think that there's times too where it can make you feel better. It could boost your mood, right? So, I mean, especially with all the what is that? What is it? Endorphins or what is it? Yeah, that go through your body when that happens. Um, I mean, I do think it could have a positive or a negative impact, especially when you're kind of like attached to a person and that person maybe that's the only thing that they use you for, right? Have sex with you. I know a few people who go through those situations.
But
So
wait. So what makes you think that that person uses them? Is it because do you think it's because they are connected to them? Like they feel that certain way, or they're just trying to get their nut off respectfully?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not them, right? So
But what's your opinion on it? Like, let's talk about it. That's what we're here for. Our opinions, babe.
my personal opinion, people that
Yeah.
use people in that aspect, you're just using them to, like you said, get your nut off. Like you're not using them because you feel connected to them. Like you could go and fuck Sally down the street and be like, all right, bye. You know what I mean? Like same kind of
Yeah.
situation. It's not like I feel connected to this person and that's why I can't leave them alone. Like they'll give it to you. It's easy to get. So why not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
And I
My
feel
grandma
like,
always said, and I gotta think of it. She literally, I remember her saying this all the time. Like, she would say, like, why buy the whole cow when you can get the milk for free? You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And I get it. You know what I mean? Why form that emotional connection or emotional attachment with somebody when it's like, I could just fuck you and the person that I just met tonight, or this person or that person. And it's like, y'all let me. Other than
Yeah.
having to chase somebody for it or wait for it or, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
being in the sense of like that person being like, no, like we're not doing that until I say or I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? Like,
I get
yeah.
get. Yeah. See, like okay, so like I feel like you can also view it as being used and not something that is connection when they don't want to kiss you during, because that's very intimate. So I feel like
Or even look at you.
don't even get me started. Don't even get me fucking started. Anyway, sorry. Rolls as soon as they nut, rolls over in bed. I
Bye. I'll see you next week. All right.
Same time next week. Yeah. Oh god, like that's like a big factor. Like I guess like I'm gonna put it as like men because I'm a female. So a lot of men will use women for sex, but make them feel like it's not just sex. And I think that one of the signs that you can see as a woman is that like intimate part. Are they intimate with you during sex, or are they just like
Or
dry?
before.
Yeah.
Before and during and after. Like, you know what I mean? Like all the times. Are they just intimate with you in general?
Yeah, because
Or the
if
only one
not,
that want to sleep with you. But keep going.
no, but like, because if not, like that's how you know. That's like one big red flag. Like, hey, this person really doesn't like you. And also, don't let a man literally say, I only want you when I'm drunk. Just putting that out there because that shit is top of the line disrespect.
Yeah, and then still try to get with you. But you know, what's the truth there really? Let's talk about let's discuss that for a minute. What's the truth there? You know, I just think that people like to hurt people's feelings. And that's one way to hurt somebody's feelings, in my opinion. Especially somebody that you know has an emotional connection with you and you're just trying to hurt them. But bringing it back around, yeah, when you know, when you can't even be physically intimate with somebody or emotionally, you know, intimate with somebody or, you know, verbally even, right? Because you can have like verbal intimacy.
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
some
That's
people are
great.
touchy feely. You know, some people don't like the touchy feels. But like just sitting there, like, you know, hey, you look beautiful. Like, hey, like, oh my God, you look so hot in that. You look so this. You look, you know what I mean? Like, those things are important too. And it's like if the only time you're sitting there saying those things to somebody is when you want to fucking sleep with them, get them into bed, and then that's it, and be like, all right, now I'm gonna sit here and curse you out and tell you I never try to sleep with you. I never do that stuff. Like when you just did. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a psychological mind game though. So
Listen, I'm sorry, but like I love when like I don't have a man, but when I have a man, they compliment me because it makes me feel great. And like if I'm asking you like does this look good on me? Like how's my hair, my makeup, my dress, whatever the fuck it is. And you're like, it's all right.
yeah, you look
You make me
fine.
want to punch you in the face. Like I literally had somebody tell me one time, I'm like, oh, how does this look? Oh, you just look like you. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
you can't tell me if I look nice or if I look stupid. Like I don't know.
But yeah, I just think that I don't know. I think that you know, and then going back to like what we were saying, that affects your mental health a lot. When people play those mind games with you, especially somebody like you feel connected to or you feel like you have soul ties with. You know, look at Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. Just saying,
Yeah.
perfect example of people who said they had soul ties together and you know they gone through a whole bunch of bullshit. Who knows their relationship status? I mean, me personally, I hope they're together, but
Hmm.
that's because I love both of them. But
Yeah. They are a unique couple for sure.
yeah, definitely. But so moving on, why do you think women still feel shame around sex? Like, do you think that's like society, upbringing, social media, all of the above?
Definitely, in my opinion, all of the above. All of the above. But I honestly don't think that anybody should be shamed for their sex drive or how many people they sleep with or how many baby daddies they got, whatever the case may be. Like,
Yeah.
I think that is normal and everybody's different. And if you like to have sex and you can have sex every day with 10 different men, then go for it or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that we're all fucking human. So,
Yeah, and let's talk about that for a second too. Like, I feel like body count is always, it's always been that taboo of like, oh my God, if a woman has a body count higher than one or two, then oh my God, they're such a whore. They slept with everybody and this, that. But a guy could like have like 10, 12, 20, 50,
hmm
100. And it's
hmm
like, how come you, like, what about those, all those girls you slept with?
yeah.
But it was okay when you were sleeping with them,
And probably all unprotected.
which that's a whole,
That shit irritates me when men are just like, I don't like the way it feels. Well, too damn bad. Don't have sex then. You had a fucking hand.
that's true. That's true. STDs are still a thing, people. They're still a thing.
Yes.
They're still a thing.
That
They
is like one of my biggest
still
fears is
exist.
to get an STD. I don't sleep with anybody, but I'm saying like, I'm
No, just,
so
yeah.
afraid to have an
Yeah.
STD.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I remember learning about them in health class and what was it, middle school and high school and stuff, and I would be like, oh my God. You know, like that shit is terrifying. Because some of them you cannot get rid of.
Yeah,
So,
no.
you know, and like that's a lot. And then it's also like you kind of feel like, I don't know. I mean, it's never happened to me. So, but I mean, I can only imagine like you would feel like embarrassed.
I could believe. I can only imagine because I've never
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for anybody. Embarrassing, especially with somebody who like you really didn't think it would, that stuff would happen, and then all of a sudden, or like, so I guess not embarrassed all the time, like because like you have some people who are like married for all these years, and all of a sudden the doctor's like, you have an STD, and they're like, what the fuck, and you find out you're getting cheated on, and it's like that. That would be like,
Would listen to me. The level of crazy that I am, I will run you the fuck over with my car. Carlee, I'm not kidding. You're laughing, but
dude,
I'm not joking. I will
I would
run
be
you
like
and that
that.
bitch over
What is
with
that?
my
Who
car.
sings that song? Carrie Underwood. And I draw my heat to the side of me. Four-wheel drive. That's that's that would be me. Okay, because
Yeah. Listen,
no,
that's like all the men at my job be cheating on their wives. I swear to God, I will run into the fucking building with my car. Don't fucking play with me. If I was married and I caught you cheating at your job, I'm running my fucking car into the building. That's it.
and it's just crazy because like, especially in housekeeping, these fuckers be nasty.
Girl, housekeeping is so
Oh my god, girl, I remember those horror stories and like hearing this person is doing this with this person in this room and did it, and I'm like, how
but
are
you know
y'all
what?
doing your job?
I was about to say, like, how do they find the fucking time? Because we're on a time crunch in housekeeping. So like, how do you find
Yes,
the
it's
like?
quick.
Okay, so everybody at my job talks shit about me and says that I'm a whore and I sleep with all the housemen and all the mailroom attendants and all that kind of shit. Where the fuck do I have the time? Please, please. And you and I are on FaceTime every day, all day long. So like, when do I have the time?
And
And
it'd be
with
the
those
ones spreading
motherfuckers,
those rumors that sit there and are the ones that are doing it.
oh yeah, I know all of the stories. You know, some people get pissed off at each other and they just start yapping, and I just like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Really? And then I don't say nothing to nobody. I come home and I'm like, hey, Carlee, guess what I heard?
Shit's nasty though.
Mm-hmm.
Very nasty.
You know how many people get fired for sexual harassment in the housekeeping department? I'm not even trying to like go there, but like it's because they're so grimy and dusty and
Well, and
musty.
that's also because they hire just about anybody.
Housekeeping, for sure.
Yeah, and I don't mean that in like a bad sense. It's just like they really do. Like, because they're, a lot of the times they're just looking for people because nobody, it's such a high turnover,
Mm-hmm.
that they're just going to hire who they can hire. Doesn't have like, if they do background checks or whatever, it doesn't have a criminal background at least. So,
And it's sad because
yeah.
like sometimes I'm like, and then they don't, it's so my department is also so hard to fire people unless you're a contractor. So like half of the people that are working for the company, like it's so hard for them to be fired. And it's just like, why can't we fire these people and bring in the people that are actually good and want to do their job properly? Like you hire these people that can't handle it. And like I hate to say it, but housekeeping's not for everybody. And people think it's easy, but it's really fucking not. It's stressful and it's intense. Half
Yeah,
the time I
no.
don't have time to take a piss.
Yeah, no. I did that shit for almost 2 years with you.
Try 11.
Yeah.
And I'm a supervisor.
Yeah. Trust me, girl. It was, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I got good at it. I was pretty good at it.
Oh yeah, you were really good. You were fast. Your beds was nice. Everything.
Yeah, but, that's because I knew how to clean.
Are you sure you weren't fucking men all the time?
Oh, maybe I might have been. That's why I had to make my beds in there. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't, yeah, no. For me, it was like, that shit was emotionally exhausting because like people are disgusting and like they're nasty and they're rude and people don't leave you tips anymore and like it's just not a thing and like you're sitting here cleaning these fucking rooms that are fucking filthy some of the time that are disgusting, then you got bed bugs and you got this and you got that, and it's like I remember the one time I walked into a fucking room and there was condoms just everywhere, under the fucking pillows, in the trash. I'm like, how many times did these people fuck in this room? I'm telling you, girl, I don't, and they were only there for like a day or two. I'm like, God damn, I don't, listen, they must have just literally went there just to fuck the entire fucking time.
Which,
And then just was like, yeah, we're just gonna leave these all over the place.
were you there when that one room left like all those dildos and
No, but you told me about it.
there was one stuck to the fucking mirror? Just, I think
Like,
I might have been a
bachelorette party.
bachelorette party or something. I'm telling you, but there
Why
was
would
like,
you leave it? You think it's funny?
I think they do think it's funny, but like,
I remember the one time I almost accidentally walked into a room because I knocked like a few times. And I'm like, hello, housekeeping, hello. You know, and they didn't have anything on the door, and like it was a stayover. And I cracked the door, and the person was like, ah, no, like, and I'm like, out the room. And they came over, and they were like, oh my god, like, I'm so sorry, like, we were in the middle of something, like, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, you did not, like, you did not have to tell me that. Did not need to know. I don't care what you're doing in there. I'm so sorry. Next time, put the D&D. That's all I gotta say. Next time, put the D&D. But yeah, those people left me a good tip. They left me a good tip the next day. I'll tell you that because you know normally we'd have the same sections. Typically, sometimes you would not get the same sections, and then you would be unlucky, and people who would leave really nice tips would give it to somebody who hadn't had that section, and you've been working with that section all fucking week.
mm-hmm.
But anyway, enough about stupid housekeeping. Those are just some horror stories.
Yeah, for real. It happened to me too, though. When I first started, I knocked on the door, and it was by the arcade area where we used
You
to
can't
work,
hear.
and I could not hear. And I was just like, okay. So like I walked in, but I don't even think they said anything. They were in the middle of it. The guy jumped in the fucking air and like landed on the bed. I was like, holy shit. And I ran down the hallway because I didn't want them to see me. I was so flabbergasted. I was like,
So they didn't see
damn.
you at all?
They saw me open the door. Like I guess they heard it open because the guy jumped off of her and he was like, oh, and I was just like, ah shit. But you're not answering, and it's a checkout, and it's after 11, so
He was like, listen, I'm trying to get it in one more time before we leave. We gotta go back to my parents' house.
probably because they seemed like they were young anyway. Horror stories. Housekeeping is horrifying.
Yeah. But speaking of that, let's talk a little bit about consent, like real adults should, because not many people talk about it. And that includes boundaries and comfort levels, communication, and no means no.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching that one video, and I forget they showed it to us, I think in high school. And that video stuck with me, and I was like, wow, that was a really well-made consent video. Because I'm sitting here like, because they were even like, and even if you're in the middle of it, and you say no, or stop, no means no. And it's like, people won't tell you that. And I know that sounds so stupid. But like, I feel like especially like there's some people who are like in the middle of doing stuff because they feel like they have to, or they feel pressured into it. So they're just, obviously things happen, you just do it, whatever, and you feel like you can't say no in that moment, but it's like you can, and they should respect.
Absolutely.
They should.
Even if they're your husband or wife,
Yeah,
they need to respect that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, I mean, I'm revoking my consent.
Okay, but a lot of people, and I know a lot of people, and I don't mean to say it in a rude way, but they're ignorant with that. So like they think, oh well, that's his wife. So even if she says no, he could still have sex with her, do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Because if she or like, if they're telling you, like them, no, it's no. Or they don't want to do anything, they don't want to do that, then they don't want to. And like, I hear it all the time, like, oh, well, that's their girlfriend, boyfriend, that's their husband, that's their wife, that's their partner, whatever.
Married, so like,
it doesn't matter.
So what if we're married? If I said I don't want to, I don't want to.
Exactly. I'm heavy on that.
Yeah.
And don't ask 100 fucking times because the answer should not change.
It's gonna be no for me even further.
Oh yeah. Now I'm leaving the room because now you're annoying me.
Yeah. You have a hand.
Dead ass, bro.
There's websites.
There's my OnlyFans. Let me link in the. I'm just kidding.
Link in the bio. I'm gonna attach it to the video. But yeah, no, like, and that goes along with like comfort levels too. Like, if you're not comfortable, you need to make that known and set that boundary. Like I said in the beginning, like that's super important because that's not only how you're gonna feel better in that moment, but you're gonna feel more relaxed. You're gonna have like that knowledge of like, okay, I said this, this, and this. Those are my boundaries. If they're crossed, now I'm uncomfortable. What do I do in that moment? Because let's be real here, especially for women. I don't know if this is every woman. We've had these discussions. if something happens and all of a sudden you're just like, you know what I mean? it, it happens, you know? It does. It does. You can go from 100 to 0 real quick. Okay?
Just by a simple way you sigh.
It's just like just something, man. And all of a sudden you're like, yep, nope, yeah,
The
I'm
way
good.
they the way they because I don't want to say nothing because I don't want anybody to think I'm talking about them. So not that I've slept with many people. I'm just
The way they
the videos I send Carlee are so funny, like the ick. 101. Remember? Oh my god, I sent the way he wore the flip flops or some shit. Like, nah, but it has nothing to do with it. But it's
Yeah, no, you get the ick before and you're just like, yeah, never mind.
like you think about it during, and it's like there's
You're
a
just
lot
like,
of things though. I'm not gonna like even lie. Like during sex that give me the fucking ick. I'm so sorry because I'd be like,
looked at me the wrong way. You said the wrong thing to me.
your feet are too fucking crossed or something. Your toes is wiggling.
I was watching this one show and the guy, like, every time he would finish, he would, like, make a noise like a duck or like a goose or something. Like, he'd be like, you know, and I watched it, I'm like, would you be okay with that? In that moment, I'd be like, are you okay?
Do
Immediately,
you need
like,
to see a professional?
should I call 911? Are you good?
Hello? Like,
Have you ever seen those, the sex story, the whatever brought me to the ER, like, where they're like the
yes.
sex stories?
Yes.
I saw this one. I remember it was so long ago, and the guy, like, they were trying to do, like, some shit with, like, gummy bears, and they, like, melted them and put the shit right on the guy, and immediately had to go to the emergency room.
Could
Like,
not fucking imagine.
why would you think hot melted gummy bears, out of all fucking things, could go on such a sensitive area? Why would you think that? I just have a lot of questions for those people. A lot of questions. A lot.
Carlee, people don't think that's the thing.
I know. They just try things and then they're like, yeah, that sounds fun. Let's try it. And then you try it and you're like, wow, maybe that was a bad idea. And also I saw this one thing too. I don't know. I don't know if it, I guess it, excuse me. I guess it can really happen. Obviously, I've never happened to me in that situation. But this girl was like having sex with this guy and she went to go get on top and then like she bent it the wrong way. And it like broke in a sense. He had like a fracture. I'm like, oh my god, that must be the worst fucking pain as a guy.
My god, I could not
I can't even
imagine.
imagine. I can't even imagine the level of pain.
Ooh.
Like a fracture there. I didn't even know that was possible.
Me either. Me fucking
What do you do
either.
for that?
Literally, what do you do for that?
I'd have to look it up, but
You put it on a fucking, you get a block?
they might put a cast around it or something. Who knows? I don't know.
Girl, they're gonna put a cast around something that's this big.
Well, not everybody's like that.
I'm
Some
sorry,
people are
like this
showers.
big?
Like this big. Not judging.
I'm
We're not
sorry,
judging.
you mean this? No, I mean like when a penis is soft, I'm so sorry. It's little.
Yeah, but not everyone's.
Most of the time,
Not everyone's.
I don't want to know. I just don't want to know.
Everyone's. Not everyone.
I think if I was a guy, I would prefer to be a grower, not a shower, because then I could wear more clothes, like different pants. Just saying.
Yeah, I saw this one video and it was like this guy got asked if he could stop in the airport a lot because he was
Packing?
packing there. Yeah. And they were like, do you get stopped in the airport often? Because like it looks like he has something in his pants. And he's like, actually I do. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
Imagine
terrible.
patting someone down and be like, my bad. That's or doing like strip, like you gotta strip sometimes. You gotta strip people sometimes.
I would be scared and shit my pants. If I was like, come in the back room with us, like, we gotta search you because we don't know what's going on all over there. And then he pulls down his pants, I'd be like, I quit. I quit.
What a story to tell. What a story to tell at the airport, man. I'd be like, listen, you'll never believe what fucking happened to me today. You'll never fucking believe it.
Mm-mm.
I'll tell you what, too, when I was working at my one job, like helping people get their medical cards, we would have to take pictures of them sometimes. And there was this one time, this older gentleman handed me his phone and we were going through it together. Yeah, there was a picture on there I really did not want to see, and I still to this day, like, it haunts me because I'm like, I don't know if it was a belt around or a piece of fucking string, dude. Because I saw it and I just was like, immediately, I was like, my God, I probably turned bright fucking as red as that blanket behind me. I, I was so embarrassed. And after that day, I told my friend Allie, I said, girl, never again will I hold somebody's phone for them or help them do that shit. Never again. I'm not doing that shit ever again. Hell no. I don't care how old they are. I don't want to see it. There was another man. I saw his fucking emails, girl. He had emails on there of like golddiggerdaddy.com. Like I don't know what the fuck this man was. And I'm just like, all right, dude. Like I'm sorry. I'm not judging you, but like I did not want to see that. I didn't need to see it. And you knew what the fuck was in your email. Those are fuckers that don't care, okay?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I'm crying.
I'm telling you, girl, I can't. I really can't. I
You know,
remember. Go ahead.
I've learned a lesson with that. Like when people are like, "Oh, let me show you this picture," and they get their phone and they like go up next to me, I don't look because
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes I'll be like, "Stop scrolling like that. You probably got news on that." They'd be like, "Ah, no news," and then I'm like, "Okay," but like other than that, I don't look at their phone unless
I'm
you're
scarred.
on the picture.
Yeah, I'm scarred. Even like sometimes like they'll have the little pictures underneath because they didn't like click the picture all the way, and I'm like,
I'm too
only
blind for that. I can't see
I'm
that.
only
So
solely looking at the top pictures. I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Yeah, no, I'm scarred.
speaking of
What'd you say?
what's traumatizing, I don't know if I should say this, but what's traumatizing as fuck for me is Carol Ann. So my sister was using my dad and stepmom's laptop. I don't know if I told you this or not. And we had to print something. We were doing a collage. I don't know if you remember that project. I think it was in middle school. We had to make a collage of something. I don't remember. But anyway, and Carol Ann was doing it for me because she's like artsy and whatever. So she was like printing out the picture. She clicked the print button, but you know how like the second thing pops up and it has like folders and all kinds of shit? There was a fucking photo with with my dad's dick in my stepmom's mouth, bro. I said, and I walked away, and then she went over with her fucking glass of wine because she's a little alcoholic, like my dad. And she was like, and she clicked out of it because she saw it. And I was like, later on, I said, Caroline, you didn't see that? And she's like, see what? And I'm like, bleh,
She probably
bleh.
was like, she probably didn't want to see shit. But she really didn't see it. Who knows?
I wish she saw it and not me.
Yeah.
I said, my jaw hit the floor, rolled out the house, rolled down back to my mom's house. Like,
Across the street into next week. Well, that's like, come on, like that's your parent. It's like you don't want to see that shit.
no.
You don't want to see that shit. You don't want to hear that shit.
And I heard it all the fucking time because my room was above their room. I'd put my headphones in and then wake up with the fucking string wrapped around my goddamn neck. I'm like, why couldn't it have killed me?
Why can I have to? Oh God, that's
No bueno. Nay, nay. Nay, nay.
But yeah, so I think that's all I have for today.
Well, I have one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is something that you wish that you learned about sex and or love sooner?
That love does not equal pain or hurts or I don't know the word I'm searching for. It shouldn't.
Love shouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Shouldn't be like one of those like things where it's like I'm gonna do this, and this, and then oh, I'm just gonna buy you some ice cream or buy you your favorite snack or buy you your shirt that I know you've been wanting or or you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sorry, but like RIP to my grandma, really, truly, honestly, but she would, there was a lot of times where, you know, we would have moments and they were not the prettiest, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I bought you your favorite ice cream. Oh, I went to the store and I bought you these clothes. Oh, I did that," you know what I mean? And it's like, that's how I'm showing you my affection and my love, and that's how I'm saying sorry to you. And that's the only way I know how. Like, I'm not ever gonna sit there and apologize.
That's my mom's like that too.
Yeah. And like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there was times where she definitely, like, she did, like, maybe like twice in my life. Because she felt bad because of something that happened between us, but a lot of the times it wasn't that. It was, let me scream, yell, we're gonna fight, I'm gonna say mean things and hurt your feelings. And, when I was younger, like, I never really, like, I mean, yeah, I would, like, get to the point where I would yell back and, like, whatever, but I never said, like, crazy thing. You know what I mean? Like, I never would be like, "Oh, I fucking hate you, you're a fucking bitch, you know what I mean? Like, never.
Yeah.
So, I just, I think that as a kid, like, you grow up thinking, like, that's you loving somebody or somebody loving you, and it's like, I wish I realized that sooner, like, that's not the case. That's not how it should be.
No, I agree. I want to say probably like the same, love isn't supposed to be difficult. Yeah, like I don't even know how to put it into words really because like, growing up I went through basically kind of the same stuff. Like I'm not trying to throw hate at my mom. Like that's not what it's for, but it's the truth. Like, we would
You learn from your past and your mistakes, right?
yeah.
And not just you, but her.
Of course. But she's like your grandma, she would buy my love per se. Like, oh, instead of saying I'm sorry, I've never heard my mom apologize to me for anything.
Yeah.
And like I could be wrong with that, which, she could tell me, no, I have or whatever, but like I genuinely don't think she did. And I'm not like trying to be like, oh, fuck her. She didn't say sorry. No, I don't, whatever. You know what I mean? We all went through our own shit, but I really don't think so. You know, I wish I knew that love wasn't supposed to be hard because then I wouldn't waste so much, like not waste my time, but like fight
Yeah,
so
fight.
much.
Yeah, and being like, well, if we're not fighting, you don't love me, right? Going back to one of the first conversations we have, love shouldn't be conditional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing, people struggle with. And it's hard for people to break cycles with those kinds of things, right? Because we get so used to it, we're so comfortable with it. And I struggle with that, even myself, like even with friendships, like you sit here and you deal with people and you're like, but I love them and I care about them and, I want them in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But what
And
are
I'm
they doing?
I'm
They're
not
just hurting you.
texting. I'm just trying to find something real quick to because I want
Okay.
to speak about it for a second. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe you can help me. It's by Honest Ave, right? Honest
Mhm.
Ave. What's the song when he says it reminds me of my parents?
I don't just type in the lyrics.
I did.
I can't think of the song right now.
Okay. I think I just don't know the name of the
I
song.
think
Hold
it's
on, let me
called
see.
Pressure. Yeah, here it is. It's called Pressure.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe I
So
like the abuse because it remind me of my parents when I'm fighting with you.
now this is so random, I guess. But what do you feel when you hear that?
Yeah, I mean, we can feel a lot of things when I hear that. When I heard that for the first time, I was like,
Yeah, because he's like he literally says, "I'm gonna read it." Quote: "Maybe I like the abuse because it reminds me of my parents when I'm fighting with you."
yeah, and you can take that both ways, right? You can take it as because your parents were fighting or because they're fighting with you.
I think
You
it's
take that.
growing up in that toxic, seeing your parents always arguing. So like, it's a comfort to be arguing with your partner because it's what you're used to.
Fighting with you because, like, yeah, I think that, like I said, those things, we get so in that comfort zone.
I know this is a tangent, and you wanted to end things, but like, I'm just thinking, like,
No, no, Do I like that? Do I want to feel like that? Do I want, if I have a family, do I want them to feel like that? You know? And I know for me, for 100%, I want my child to, and hear me, I'm not saying my grandma didn't love me. I'm not saying, whatever. That's not what I'm saying. She loved me, right? But I never, ever want my kid to doubt that
Oh, yeah.
or or feel unwanted and unloved. And that could go with, that doesn't deal with her. I deal with my own parental issues, because, she raised me. My parents, they didn't raise me. So always having that feeling of like, why didn't you want me? Why didn't you love me? Why couldn't you keep me, growing up as a kid, right? And that could be a whole nother topic for another day. But, it's just those things that we grow up, we say, like, when I get older, I will change that. So that's something that I just wish I could tell myself as a kid. Like, it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah. I think that growing up feeling unloved and uncared about really affects you in your adulthood with seeking validation from people, just in general. It's very important. This is just because I have kids, and I think it's very important for me to show them that they are loved and they are cared about and they are heard. They are understood. I know sometimes I struggle with that because I'm only human, but I try. And I do apologize to my kids when I know I'm wrong. So I'm trying to break that because I don't want them to grow up and think that that's what love is or that's how it's supposed to be. Difficult. Because I don't want them to think that. And I don't want them to be in toxic relationships with anybody. No friends, no significant others, nothing. Like, I want them to be at peace because, life's short. So, and that's, I tell CJ, my oldest, all the time because, like, he's 10, like, hey, if you don't feel loved enough or you don't feel like I'm doing enough, like, you need to let me know that because sometimes I can't really see because I get wrapped up in everything because I'm stressed out 24/7.
Yeah.
But I think he knows I love him, obviously, because I ask him, he's like, oh, I know you love me, mommy, da 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 da, like,
Yeah, of course he
So
does.
I don't
He's a
want
kid.
them. I don't want them to grow up like that.
Yeah, and that's understandable. And at least you try and you see those things. You're a good mom. You're a great mom. And I don't, don't tell yourself otherwise. Trust me, I would tell you if you were a shitty parent. I've dealt with that, okay? All right? You're far from it, girl. You are far from it. You take care of your kids. You're there for your kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot. So, but
Yeah.
ending on that, nope.
Our tangents. I don't care. I like our tangents.
I like them and I don't care what anyone does. So if you don't like it, don't
This
watch.
is our podcast.
But thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for watching. We hope you guys liked the discussion we had. If there's any comments you want to make, any icks you want to discuss, let us know in the comments. Anything you think we didn't talk about, let's go in the comments.
Yeah. Anything that you think we should talk about in future.
Please give us ideas. We're open to suggestions.
Always.
And yeah, I also thank you guys for some people for commenting last week on our videos on Instagram. We got some comments on there, some feedback. That was great. I love the interaction. So hopefully we keep that going because it makes me smile.
Yeah. Also, one thing I do want to apologize for, Carlee. I don't care that we're still on here. You could cut this out if you want. I don't care. You can keep it in. But I do want to say that I'm also sorry for not being as involved with the podcast lately. I've just been all over the place up here. So I'm going to try harder, I promise. And I'm sorry. I don't want to let you down, girl. I'm trying.
Listen, it's all right, girl. It's all right. Like we said, we ain't doing it to become famous. We're just doing it for ourselves and for people who want to watch. You want to watch? Thanks for watching. Don't watch. But yeah, but no, seriously, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching this week's episode. And as always, thanks for listening to the Let's Talk About It podcast. I'm Carlee.
And I'm Kat.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.